Hi, welcome everybody, it's Mike Newton down here at Lytham Golf Academy. Got a new product to review and it's Srixon yet again. And following up from the driver, the fairway wood and the irons, we've now got the hybrid. So this is the Z H85 Hybrid in a number 3, 19 degree. So we're going to test with GC2 HMT how the hybrid performs from Srixon and whether this is something that you might want to go out there and test yourselves. So just before we jump into the video, if you're new to the channel, then welcome. I'm Michael Newton. If you consider subscribing to my channel, very much appreciated. Loads more golf content coming out your way in regards to swing tips, club reviews, club specification testing, and all everything all in and around golf basically. So do consider hitting that subscribe button, hit the bell icon for future notifications. If you're regular to the channel, then thank you for supporting and welcome back. Also follow my social media platforms, so I've got both Twitter and Instagram, both at MN Golf Coach. Okay, so following on Srixon's family of the new 85 series, we've got the hybrid, which is available in a 2, a 3 and a 4. The 2 is available right hand only, and the 3 and the 4 are available both right and left handed. Obviously that's for Europe, not sure about the rest of the world. I've got the 3 hybrid here, which is a 19 degree. These are glued, so there's no adjustability, it is what it is. And it's quite a large sort of profile behind the golf ball. So a little bit maybe aiming towards a golfer who wants to have that ultimate confidence with this hybrid. Maybe struggling with those longer irons, and we know the hybrids are a little bit more easy to use, a little bit easier to fly, hitting into the green, a little bit softer landing. So a slightly larger profile there to give you that confidence when it's sat down by the golf ball. Okay, so I'm going to get a few shots here. I've got myself set up here about 225 from the green here. So this needs to be a sort of good struck hybrid to sort of reach that distance for me. Yes, that's a nice strike. There's the high towering flight. Just missed that up the right fractionally. Yeah, just missing that right edge of the green, but that was a lovely strike. Really high flight as I expect. That's carried at 218, running roughly total of 233. Okay, so what sort of technology are we seeing in the hybrid? So we've got what they call a drop crown here. So we've got a step in this crown. So the back section of the crown is slightly lower than that front section. So lowering that is just allowing them to lower the CG in the head for a little bit more ease of launch, a little bit maybe consistency of that launch, and trying to get maybe those balls that are sat a little bit lower in the, maybe just off that fairway, sat down a little bit ease of trying to get them up into the air. There's no carbon in this head. We've seen a little bit of carbon in the driver, we've seen it in the 3 wood, but in the hybrids we haven't got any carbon, probably just because the head isn't quite big enough to then start putting carbon in there, and maybe obviously the actual process of manufacturing these must get a little bit tougher when doing that, or there's no actual added benefit. Let's get the second one hit. Yeah, that feels lovely. Flight's really nice. Nice sound to it, nice sort of crack to that ball. Okay, so hit the green on that one, it's better than that first one. So that was 214 through the air. It seems to hold that green quite nicely there. Now when I put that down by the golf ball there, it does sit quite nice for a hybrid. Again, hybrid isn't a club that sits in my bag. I'm more of a long iron player. But again, if I do put hybrid in there, I'd like it to sit quite square. And that seems to sit quite square to me. Now, when I did the review of the fairway wood, that to me sat a little bit closed. So I do actually prefer the slight look of this hybrid, even though the head may be a little bit big. I tend to prefer, if I do prefer hybrid, would be more of that sort of squat, compact look in terms of a shaping. That's nice. There's absolutely no issues there flighting that golf ball. That gets up there really quickly. And I'm guessing that head is allowing you to do that, or allowing me to do that. So for most golfers, that's an added benefit there of getting that ball up in the air. They tend to be the players that will put this in the golf bag will struggle maybe with speed. And when you're getting that longer iron, we lose a loft, we don't have the speed, lies can be a little bit iffy, then it's a struggle to flight that golf ball. So this is where the hybrids really kick in. And I'm guessing where Srixon now making this head a little bit bigger for that type of golfer. Maybe the better player there, or the better ball striker with speed, probably wouldn't have a hybrid in the bag. They'll probably go more maybe utility iron that we're seeing getting more and more popular, or even just have a traditional sort of long iron in the golf bag. Again, lovely strike, lovely high ball flight, just turning that one over a fraction, but still keeping on that green. So hitting target quite nicely. So quite happy with that, you know, 225 yards out. If I'm hitting that green, I'm more than happy. So, okay, that's good. Okay, I quite enjoyed hitting that, to be honest. That felt really easy to use, much more, I enjoyed that much more than I thought I would do, actually. So let's go and check some numbers out in a little bit more detail and see how that, that H85 Hybrid's performing. Okay, so let's have a look at some numbers there. So just under 102 club head speed, 142 ball speed, launching around 13 degrees on average there. So nice little bit of launch on the ball there. You see 4.3, just under 4,400 spin. So a little bit on the high side there. This is a 3 hybrid, 19 degree. But having said that, I don't mind that. You know, I'm quite lucky. I've got a bit of speed. I don't really need that sort of distance. But again, even maybe the golfer who hasn't got the speed will definitely need a bit more spin to keep that ball in the air. And think about it, hybrid, hitting hybrid into the green. We don't want that low spin, do we? Think of it with the irons. We don't, you know, we get that iron that's low spin, then we think, well, how's that going to stop when it hits the green? You know, so a hybrid, okay, yes, we can hit these off the tee as maybe a positional club for maybe certain par 4s out there, but maybe more hitting into the green as a long iron replacement. Yes, we do want that little bit of spin to try and get that ball to stop, and we sort of saw that. So hold those greens quite nicely, so that I don't mind at all. Peaking out at 34, so there's plenty of height on that ball flight, as I saw with the ball going down the range. Descent angle at 44 degrees coming to land, so I've got a little bit of stopping power through the descent angle as well as that spin, and carrying on average at 215, running out 228. Right, okay guys, so there we go, H85 Hybrid from Srixon. I think that fits in the family really well and definitely will do a great job for that golfer who maybe just struggles with that long iron, as we've explained, wants that little bit of launch, wants that little bit of forgiveness, hasn't quite got the speed, maybe the strike isn't quite as consistent, and obviously wants that little bit of stopping power when it comes and lands into the green. Obviously, as we know, hybrids are very versatile out of the many different lines we get faced with out on the golf course, so a little bit more versatile maybe than that long iron. So I think that's a really good option. The key thing with the hybrid is maybe getting these gapped correctly. So wherever you decide is your longest iron, what you feel comfortable with, so whether that's a 5 iron or a 4 iron, then we need to get that hybrid into that set that fits that right gapping or continues that gapping through to make sure you've got all distances covered when you're out on that golf course. Let me know your thoughts, guys. Srixon Hybrid, comment down below. Is that something you've got? Is it one you try? If you've tried it, did you like it? What did you find sort of worked with this club, or maybe not worked, possibly for your case? Thanks very much for watching. Please consider hitting that subscribe button. Very much appreciate. The more sort of subscribers I can get, the more power I've got to maybe get opportunities of getting clubs off brands and suppliers early to try and get them reviewed, so you can maybe have a look and see how these clubs come in before they actually get launched, which is always quite nice. So do comment down below, hit the like button, share the video around, and hopefully we'll catch up with you all very soon.